And the Whip Snakes, 2 consecutive championships.
What's really good, y'all? It's Mikey Diggs, also known as Diggstape. Welcome back to the Weekly Watch. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited to be the new host of the show. But as a lacrosse fan, I'm just happy TLN is back. So let's get right into it. I think we all know what this episode is going to be about, and that's the PLL Championship Series, which flew by the way.
Tom Schreiber, shot clocked at 12, spins. He's open with the left hand. Goal. So Jones works to his left shot. Goal.
All right, first things first, I feel like we got to talk about how good the goalie play was over the championship series. I mean, goalies on every team were balling out of control, standing on their heads, making saves on dudes that, quite frankly, wanted them to be on the wrong end of a Sports Center highlight. But I feel like we got a lot to talk about today, so I'll keep it brief and I'll just talk about my top 3 goalies this season. Okay, so first things first, I gotta give a shout out to my man Blaze Riordan real quick. Despite facing a ton of shots over the season and a lot of trash talk from a certain rookie, he played a huge and vital role in the Chaos playoff push all the way to the championship. He was making crazy saves the entire time. Did you see him try to switch hands when Matt Rambo was trying to fake and finish on him? Look at this play. He's using his right hand. Who does that? And listen, honestly, I just got a fanboy real quick. I've been a big fan of Blaze since the Albany days. So like, I've been a Blaze fan. As soon as he makes a save, he's got his eyes up and over the rye, ready to just pop it over somebody's head and start transition. Just love the way he plays the game. Blaze was absolutely standing on his head for Chaos. He had 20 plus saves in 2 different games in group play. I mean, he broke his own record for saves in a game. All right, so a lot of y'all already know that I'm a real big Bulls fan, so I gotta be honest, we gotta talk about my man Jack Cannon real quick. Jack is just one of those goalies that is always somehow making saves that he has no business making. He's just jumping around with more kicks than Capoeira, getting kick saves, saving them 5-hole, getting the off-hip ones. He's just always going crazy in the crease. And just look at this save he makes in close right here. How did he do that? That boy treetop tall for no reason, dog. I remember I showed up to the All-Star practice last summer. I went up and tried to talk to him. I was like, hey, Jack, nice to meet you. There's a pickup basketball tournament game, something happened over here. It is way too daggone loud. We about to move. Foolishness, bro. And then for my money, for the third goalie, you got to put some respect on Kyle Bernlohr's name. I mean, how could you not? The dude went 6-0. The Whips didn't lose a game in the playoff run. Not one. Dude is just steady, man, anchoring a Whips defense that went back to the championship for the 2nd year in a row and didn't let in very many goals throughout the run. Kyle just has this way of making not easy saves look really easy. I mean, the dude is just smooth in the net. I have no idea how he does it, honestly. He was putting in work against Chaos, by the way, both times he played him. He was throwing in that world-class attack unit every chance he got. Watch him tell Miles Thompson the bank is closed right here. How you gonna tell Miles Thompson the bank is closed? All right, let's switch gears and talk about some of the best goals that happened over the championship series. I mean, dudes were tossing in 2 bombs from Salt Lake City, faking goalies out in tight, scoring one-hand fadeaways, you name it. There's just some unreal offensive talent in this league. So let's just take a quick look at some of my favorite goals. All right, y'all already know we had to talk about this one. That Amen Schreiber buzzer beater behind the back dish to end the 3rd quarter. Come on, son. That's a rookie. This man been in the league for 84 minutes. Not even 2 full games. No look behind the back dish to a cutting Schreiber right on his stick. Let's watch the tape real quick. Does Schreiber move his stick to catch this ball? Absolutely not. Perfect dish, no look behind the back. And since we're on the subject of Grant Amen just not missing ever on no look dishes, how about that overtime dish to Ryan Ambler to beat Chrome? The rookie's like, oh, I got 4 dishes today. Let's just make it 5. Ryan, you ready for this one? But I'll keep it 1,000. What makes this goal really crazy is the Ryan Ambler handle. Watch how he reaches behind his defender and catches it basically underhand. He made the defender do a 360 trying to find that ball. He said, Marco Polo. All right, hot take alert. I think Romar's 2-bomb against Redwoods was the silkiest 2-bomb of the season. I mean, look how quick he gets rid of this ball. That ball left a vapor trail on the way to the net, if we're being honest. If I remember correctly, the TV camera could not keep up with the pace of that ball. Romar just shoots the ball 1,000,000 miles an hour and puts it bar deezy over Timmy T's head. And then look how much change my man gets. Look how far the ball bounces now. That's how you know you made it rain on a goalie, when the ball bounces outside the crease after the goal. Romar, glad to see you in blue, bro. All right, I feel like this one's gonna get forgotten about, so I need to make light of it real quick. The brand of disrespect was just right up my alley. Like I have to bring this to the light of day. This Jack Neer goal on Joe Locascio was so hilarious to me. The humor in it is right here. Watch at the beginning of the play. He's jogging through the middle of the field. He sees who's guarding him, and then he just runs straight to X. He's like, yo, Ryder, let me get that rock, bro. This is a mismatch. And Ryder knows Jack has handles, so he backs up and goes, actually, you know what? Take that board to the rack and see what happens. Diving backhand dunk. Okay, now we're gonna move into a little bit of a different section. Let's talk about a couple of goals that fall outside my call, rule number 1. And for those of y'all that don't know what that is just yet, let me teach you. Rule number 1 is, when given a chance to do the goalie dirty, you always do him as dirty as you possibly can. Don't waste an opportunity in tight to just do something, man, do something crazy while you're in there. In order for a goal to be considered a rule number 1 type finish, it's gotta have some element of disrespect or absurdity in it. And really, it doesn't always have to be a wild, crazy finish. I mean, sometimes it could just be making the goalie flop like a fish, like the SpongeBob intro. So let's take a quick look at some of the best rule number 1 moments from Championship Series. Okay, I gotta talk about my man Jay Carlson real quick. Jay and I actually play for the same club team here in San Diego called San Diego Lacrosse Club. So when he's not wearing a Whips uniform, sometimes I'm out playing with him here on the field. And trust me, I've seen that dude do some pretty ridiculous things with my own 2 eyes. Anyways, this dude scored a fadeaway twisting backhander on Atlas, and I still can't figure out how he did it. Like, honestly, I just want to know how he knew where the goal was. Like, look where he starts in this play. He starts outside the right pipe, he turns and looks where the goal is, and then he starts moving across the field, and by the time he catches it and shoots it, he's outside the left pipe. How did he know where the goal was? That's one of the most absurd finishes I've ever seen. Rule number 1, do him as dirty as possible. Go ahead, Jay. All right, I know y'all saw this second one. That Austin Stotts one-hand dish to Miles Thompson, who behind the back set around Matt Dunn's head on Bernlor. Oh my God. That goal was so absurd, bro. The hands you have to pull off a pass like that, and then the confidence it takes to just fire off a behind the back without even thinking about it. I mean, those 2 dudes are just made for the moment. All right, for this last one, y'all already know what time it is. Logo burn. I mean, where do I even start with this one, man? I thought they were going to have to put Josh in witness protection after the game. He committed a federal offense on that goal. That's a crime he committed on Drew Adams. It's got to be. It's got to be against some rule somewhere. This man got to the locker room at halftime. His phone was blowing up. FBI trying to call that man, talking about, where are you? Like what Josh did there, I don't even think I could do that on my local men's league goalie with nobody on me. This man did it with Curtis Corley, 4-year starter at Maryland, pushing him out of his angle and then hit it on Drew Adams, a one-time Team USA goalie. That's some superhuman stuff. Y'all heard Coach Tower say he hit him with a 4-button combo? No cap, I honestly think that's probably a top 5 goal in the last 10 years or so for me. Like, I can't name 5 goals better than that in the last 10 years. That's obviously rule number 1 moment of the series, in case I had to make that clear. All right, y'all, I'm sorry, but it got way too noisy out here. We're right by the airport. There's planes taking off every 4 minutes. I can't handle this, man. We got to get in the car and finish up. So we can talk about best goals, best saves, best moments, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the Whips repeated. Didn't even lose a game. And who was the MVP? Zedzilla. Just the fact that the Whips were able to add Zed out of the entry draft without it getting blocked like a CP3 trade is beyond me, bro. How they gonna let Zed Williams go to the Whip Snakes attack unit when they already got Matt Rambo? This man came to the defending champions attack unit and led the league in goals. 20 goals in the championship series. Second place had 13. This man averaged a hat trick a game, bro. That's gotta be one of the most clutch performances in lacrosse history. I mean, he averaged a hat trick per game in a format where these dudes are playing pretty much every other day. That's really hard to do. So that's about it for the first episode back of the Weekly Watch. Thanks for tuning in. But before I go, I just want to remind you guys that this coming Saturday, August 15th, is International Play Lax Day. And I know because of the situation we're in, not everybody's playing lacrosse right now. I understand. I'm not playing lacrosse right now either. I miss the game so much, but you better believe on Saturday, I'm gonna go hit the wall or something, man. So if you haven't picked up your stick in a while, this is the best excuse. Pick up that old stick, dust it off, get out with some friends, play some catch, shoot on a net, do some stick tricks, some trick shots, whatever it is. And make sure you post it on the internet for everyone to see, because we're trying to share the love for this game out there on the internet. So anyways, that's really the end of the video now. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what your favorite moment of the PLL Championship Series was. Let's have an argument. Well, maybe not an argument, but you guys know what I mean. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.